Christian Geek Central is doing Extra Life again this year to raise funds for children in urgent need of medical care. You can help us out and get some fun rewards at the same time. Stick around after the video for more details. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening. So this game... Wow, I bought this game when it launched. I did a trial and error video. At the time, I was pretty happy with it. But after doing that video, I played maybe about 5-10 more hours, and then I felt like I was done. And so it did end up being an experience that, while I thought I enjoyed the time I spent with it, it was a shorter amount of time than I really wanted to spend with that game. I like to get a lot of playtime out of my games. And so it was disappointing to only spend 15 hours and then lose interest. But with each update that they've put out, I've gone back and spent some more time with it. And got a few more hours of play out of it, to the point where by the time the next update came out, the most recent update was called Next, I had put almost 60 hours into the game, cumulatively with each of the updates. Since Next, I have put more than another 60 hours into the game. And I'm just really enjoying it. I think they finally added all the things that I needed, just the little carrots that I needed for this game to really get me moving on to the next thing. And the reason this is on my list is because it's another new kind of game. Just like Monster Hunter World, I think will open me up to other Monster Hunter knockoffs. I think there's a good chance I'll enjoy The Witcher 3 now if I go back to it, much more than I did before, because I'll have a better appreciation for the prep mentality. And this game has given me an appreciation for open-world survival games. I played Conan Exiles a few months ago. That has some shortcomings and problems with it that kept me from really being fully immersed in it. I do plan to go back to it because it's getting regular updates, and so hopefully it'll be a similar experience where it'll just get the right kinds of updates that I'll be locked in with that one. But there's something I like about being in a hostile environment where I have to be mindful of recharging various things about my suit. Like here, I've got this little shield icon in the bottom left. It's got a green line on it. That's my hazard systems in my exosuit. And as of the next update, you can now look at your character in third person. So this is what my guy looks like once the textures pop in. I just went with all black. You can do all kinds of... You can customize the look of your guy in so many different ways. I just went simple, all black. And so I've got this hazard thing that I got to keep filling up. And there are different kinds of hazardous environments, so you can craft different types of temporary upgrades to your suit that will make it more resistant to different kinds of environmental hazards. And then below that, there's the heart with the little beep kind of monitor thing on it. The more I move around and use my jetpack and stuff, the more that my life support is slowly depleting. And so I have to refuel those things. And they each take a different type of fuel. So like this, I'm gonna have to refuel it with these different types of elements, these kind of, which they, color code, which is kind of handy. That's the hazard protection. And then my life support, I'm going to be refueling it with these kinds of things. I don't currently have anything to refuel those systems with because I have been on a... Oh my gosh, there's so much to this game. I would just recommend you go check out a review and, a kind of in-depth review that someone's done on what this game is and all the systems involved in it. I've been doing a trade. I've been running a trade route because there are different star systems, and each will have a different economy where certain types of goods are more valuable than others. And so one thing that you can do to build up your money is to go to a star system that has a lot of a certain type of good. It's like the board game Merchants of Venus, if you've ever played that. And you buy that good for really cheap because it's abundant in that area, but it won't sell well there. And you take it to a star system that does need it, you know. And so you can kind of play this game kind of like as an exploration economic, you know, game if you want. But you can do tons of exploration as well, just like... In fact, that's what I wanted to kind of look at this time, is see if I'm probably still not... I don't really have trade routes where the star systems are quite wealthy enough that I can make the cash at the pace that I want to make it at. I think I might be better off just uploading discoveries as I scan them on new planets. Whenever you go to new planets, as you scan life forms and, you know, plants and animals and stuff like that, you upload them to this like mother database and stuff, and you get paid for doing that, you know, so you can earn units that way. That's a great way, if you've upgraded your scanner, to really make a lot of money doing that. So I'm not going to do the trade route thing. I think I'd rather just kind of show you some basic exploration type stuff and activities that you can do. So to do that, and I do prefer first person, so I'm going to switch back to first person. To do that, I'm going to go back to my home base, which will be something that I can show you as well. And we'll do a little pre-flight systems check. This is my starship. These are the different modules, kind of the pulse engine, 82%, that's good. Thrusters, that's just for taking off vertically from an area on a planet. 80%, that's good. Hyperdrive looks good. I'm not going to need to use that though. Deflector shields are all good. So that, you know, you get a little kind of a Star Trek vibe, you know. I do anyway, just making sure all systems are go, you know, and all that kind of crap. And I brought along some extra warp fuel so I don't get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Which can't really happen, I don't think. There's always, if you land on some random planet, the base elements you would need to get off of the planet with your ship. But anyway, there's different kinds of ships that you can get. Some that are good for doing, you know, combat. Some that, like this one, emphasize having lots of slots so that you can haul crap from one place to another and really just kind of be a trader in that way. That's really good for trading. So, yeah, so all that looks good. So let's take off. And there's still something really cool. You know, I could land and after I go and refuel some of my basic fuel supplies for my exosuit, I will kind of stop at some of these planets and kind of do some wandering around on foot. But, I mean, you can cruise this whole planet, and there's different... biomes with different types of creatures. You know, there's going to be water creatures in there that you can't find on land, and then there's this really cool seamless aspect where I just go vertically straight up into the air, and without any load screen at all, I get into orbit with the planet, and there it is beneath me. And re-entering, you know, the planet's atmosphere is really cool too, which you'll see. But first I'm going to go to a space station. There's the space station. And, you know, you have different modes of travel. You have, like, these basic thrusters that kind of move you very slowly through space. You have, like, this, I think it's like a pulse drive or something. That's one mode faster. And then you've got what might feel like kind of warp drive within a star system to get quickly from one place to another. You do this, and it still takes a while to get places, you know, which there's kind of a realism about that I appreciate. And so this is a space station now. Yeah, Rugged Warrior says No Man's Lie. I put a video up about No Man's Sky and redemption, the concept of redemption, and Sean Murray, who's the lead developer on this game, and Hello Games, which is the studio that made this game. No Man's Lie is kind of a meme that went around as people have accused Sean Murray of lying with the promises that he made about what this game was going to be. And a number of pundits have said this, and analysts have said this, already, and I'm neither a pundit nor an analyst, but my impressions would be in agreement with many of those who have said that really Sean Murray does not appear to have lied about this game. What appears to be the case, and what he kind of has said in interviews since then, which he's very hesitant to do, understandably, these days, is that he was just naive in how he talked about the game publicly. He talked about it in the same way that an independent developer would talk about the game he's working on to another independent developer, saying, oh yeah, you're going to be able to do this and this and this. He's really excited. He's got all these plans, but he wasn't necessarily thinking that all those things would be available at launch, or maybe he thought they would and it just didn't work out that way, I mean, who knows what was going on behind the scenes, but he just wasn't careful in how he talked about the game. And I don't know that you'd have to, sift through all the footage to see if interviews, if he used the phrase at launch to describe all the things that were going to be true of the game. Because one thing he also said in some of those early interviews was that it's kind of like a Minecraft type game that will be supported and built on as time passes. And so if you kind of see it in that light, you can see how he, I think, was arguably being honest, just not communicating correctly with the audience that he was speaking in front of about what was going to be true of the game at launch versus what was going to be true of the game and his plans eventually as time passes and as they're adding more things to it. Because I think a lot of people would say that now with the No Man's Sky, with the next update, and even before the next update, there had been a lot of things done to the game that brought it up to the level that he was promoting it at and talking about it as, in those really early interviews. So, anyway, so this is my base. It's on kind of a hot planet, and I've built these kind of like crafts that I can use to roam around the planet and collect goods, and they're good for different types of traversal. Here's an example of some glitching going on. This is supposed to be, right here, a person working at a station on my base. And they are still functionally at that station. See, this guy, he spawned correctly, but this guy did not. He's in the floor here. So he's down there. I can talk to him if I come over here and... Where is he? If I really want to talk to him... Where is that? I saw it a second ago. Anyway, well, I finished that quest line, so oh, there he is. Recruit, whatever his name is. So I can still talk to him, but he's stuck in the floor. But in the base, as you build it, you have this main overseer who will tell you to recruit different types of technicians and stuff. And as you hire these technicians, which you can find easily at space stations, they'll come down and they'll basically take you on a side quest line that will tutorialize the different things that you can build and make in the game for your base, for settling onto a planet. And so I've finished all of those quest lines, basically. I don't need to do those anymore. Now they just have like some repeatable quests that I can do, but anyway, that's what those people are doing here. And this portal is a built-in portal that I can use. Oops, I hate it. That ladder keeps like auto-selecting as I walk too close to it. But this will take me to any space station that I visited before. I can get to easily again. So right now, let's see, I want to put in my exosuit some basic survival materials. First I can store these, I think. I've got some condensed carbon. Not on board for... Oh, those are things in my freighter, never mind. So, let's go here. And let's transfer some items. Let's see, I'll need some oxygen. I'll need... I'll need some tritium in my starship. I'll come back to that. Do I have any more? I want some launch fuel, probably. Actually, that can go on my starship. Some of this game is not going to be very riveting to watch because you're, navigating menus, moving things from here to there. You're managing power supplies of various gadgets that you are using. I'll probably want some carbon. And so, it's not super riveting stuff all the time to watch. But to play, to be thinking about managing these systems and stuff, that's something that I liked about RPGs, managing my inventory, and trying to be economical with my choices. I like that kind of activity, and so that's a significant part of this game. If that doesn't sound fun or like an interesting challenge to you, and if you don't like going around and picking flowers in Skyrim and taking them back to your base and crafting things with them, this probably isn't going to be the game for you. Let's see, I'm going to want some chromatic metal. That's handy for warp drive related stuff. Let's see. I'll probably want some sodium along. Is there any more condensed carbon? I'll probably just need to mine some of that. I might want some ancient keys along. Those can be handy to access like ancient burial, like ruins that you find. Let's see. Let's just go over here. I want to find stuff that's here. Yeah, I want some sodium. I want some... I don't think I need... well, I might want some cobalt. I might want some ionized cobalt, especially. And maybe some regular cobalt. That's handy when I come across certain types of damaged machinery. You can sometimes... you want to have cobalt or ionized cobalt on hand. I'll want to have some navigation data chips if I'm going to explore a planet. And so you got to manage your inventory and figure out, okay, well, what do I really want to bring? Sodium nitrate, that might be handy. Yeah, it looks like I don't have... yeah, it looks like I don't have any more condensed carbon. That's fine, because I'm gonna want to do some mining anyway. So I think I'm good for now. Let me just double check. Oh, tritium. I want tritium on my starship. That's going to be really useful for that pulse drive stuff. Oops, I don't want to craft. I want to... let's see here. Alright. That looks pretty good. I think we're set for an outing now. Oh, you know what? Let's see. I'll mine condensed carbon. I'm gonna need ferrite. It's like pure ferrite or ferrite dust. Let me make sure I have some of that along as well. Even though I can mine that pretty easily on most planets. I'll bring some ferrite dust along. Alright, now I think we're good for an outing. And we'll just do a quick save here. And your ship follows you around when you go through these portals. So that's nice. I can save a lot of fuel on my ship because it auto-teleports to wherever I'm going. So I'm going to go back to these planets that I was just at. Let's see here. These are the various discoveries I've made. The star systems and planets that I've been the first one to get to. And let's go to Ujin Uba. And I renamed this planet RT 1.1. That's Route 1.1 to remind me that when I'm doing a trade route, I start at this planet and then I progress to 1.2 and 1.3 and go in kind of a circle like that as I'm able to make money. But let's see here. Eugene Uba. That's the system we're going to. Let's see if there's a base here. I think I've been to the base in that system. Eugene Uba. Here we go. And it doesn't cost anything to go through these portals here. All right, have a good night. Union Night Gaming. Thanks for coming by. All right. Oh, I've also got a freighter. And you can find... Oh, wait a minute. Who is this trying to get my attention here? Alright. The hailing channel is open. Let's see who wants to talk to me. Friend, the galaxy, it roars and shifts renewed. You sense it too? The boundaries shimmer. This guy I know, there's a couple of these aliens that have been kind of helping me explore the galaxy. The boundaries shimmer. Now is the essential time for research, exploration, friendship. The Geek's enthusiasm transmits bright and clear through the communicator. They breathlessly tell me that their research has entered a new phase and that we could plot it together. Specialist Polo transmits the coordinates for a planet, returning marvelously curious scan data. A cache of, or is it cache, of strange objects sprouting inside buried technology modules. A small sample would sate their curiosity, but even better, more marvelous, were I to return with many. Alright, sure. I like this guy. He helps me. I'm transmitting you coordinates for a portal to bypass the light years, friend. Through that gateway, our research begins. Oh, interesting. Huh. Now, I'm not going to say how, because I don't want to say too much about this game, and, you know, but there's a way that you can actually get to another galaxy. This game is known to be this vast galaxy that you can explore. You don't go between galaxies typically while you're playing this game. You go between star systems, and the galaxy is just too vast. I mean, it's huge. But there is a way to go to another galaxy in this game. But it's basically a one-way trip. And so right now, I've kind of done all the other stuff that I want to basically do everything I can in this world. Oh, there's the portal. It's right there on this planet. So I don't want to do that yet. Well, that'll take me to another part of the galaxy, not another part of the universe. But so I'm basically trying to do everything I can do, build myself up, because all I can take with me is my freighter and my ships. I can't take my base with me. I can get some of the parts that it gets, you know, broken down into, but I can't take the actual base with me. So in a number of ways, I'd have to kind of start over in settling down. So right now, I'm just trying to kind of build myself up as best I can. Actually, let's not go all the way to that base. Let's just maybe land around here somewhere. Well, how long is it to get to this portal? 37 minutes? I'll bet I can get there faster if I do like this. So I'll land next to the portal so you guys can just see kind of what that set piece looks like. But I won't go through it all. Instead, explore this planet a bit. So let's lock onto it. And pulse our way over there. This re-entry is cool now. I love this every time. Here we go. Just the fact that you can travel from within a star system like this to these huge, vast environments, and yeah, you can see they're kind of samey. They're not like as fleshed out as like a Grand Theft Auto City or something, but it's still pretty cool that you just kind of seamlessly go from one place to another in this within a star system. It's kind of nuts. So although I've been to this planet because I discovered it recently, I've only been here to trade. I haven't been exploring it and identifying things that I can make money doing. So I'm going to get out. And it gives you a description. The weather is dehydrated. Sentinels are minimal. Let me pull that up again with my scanner. What does it say here? Fauna regular, flora ample, sentinels minimal. So it's not a really too dangerous of a planet, and that's the kind of planet I like to be on. And this actually, you might have noticed, it looks pretty similar to the planet that I made my home on. It's got similar looking plants, you know, and so you do run into some repetition now and then. Oh, here's some damaged technology. Okay, barbells and joysticks, have a good night. Thanks so much for coming. So let's see if I have what I need to repair this. Yeah, I have cobalt. And that's probably just going to give me, yep, nanites. And that's a currency. It's kind of the chief valuable currency for technology upgrades and stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to use my scanner and just take pictures of stuff. Oh wait, no, before I do that I want to see what my money amount is. I'm at 49 million units. So I want to see how much I can gain just from like a quick scan of the various life forms in my surroundings, the various minerals that I can discover, because you get units for all this stuff. Is that a different one? No, same one. Let's see here. What is... That's different, okay. And that computer says units received. See, 63,000 for that right there. I'm making a fair chunk of change because I really upgraded my scanner so it gives more detailed information to whatever the mother ship, you know, the amasser of data is. Because my scanner's upgraded and it provides more detailed information, the information's worth more money, more units. Scan that already, scan that already, scan that already. There's a new one. Let's see, I think I've got all the plants. Oh, here's something. And so this game is like a chill podcast game, baby. Oh, man. Really nice at the end of the day. Now, there's a Sentinel. And these little, like, robotic creatures come in various forms. This is the most common one. The more combat-oriented ones, which will show up if you start doing things that these little ones don't like, are like in the shapes of dogs. And eventually you can get these, like, what are those things in Star Wars, like AT-ATs, those two-legged walker things? You get big Sentinels that look a lot like those, but they have a different color scheme. That will come and attack you. I mean, it just escalates. Kind of like in Grand Theft Auto, when you start ticking off the police or another gang in, I think, the Saints Row games. Maybe that happens in Grand Theft Auto 2. I didn't play far enough into it. Then it just like your enemies resisting you escalate. Oh, there's a creature now. Like little walking creatures, they are worth more if you scan them. But since they're moving, they're just a little trickier to scan. 125,000 units, nice. So those Sentinels don't like it when you mine things. So if you start shooting your laser to gather materials, they don't like that. Man, minerals hardly get me anything. I never noticed that before. So this is a portal. I'm not going to use it, but this cylinder pops out, and you can enter glyphs, much like Stargate. It's definitely inspired by Stargate. In fact, when the portal activates, it explodes out like liquid that then snaps back in, you know, just like in Stargate. So, you know, they're definitely playing to your love of that show and those sci-fi... I don't know, it's not really a cliche, but whatever that is. There we go. Nice. Now I want to see if I can get away from those sentinels. Let me scan here, because I in particular want condensed carbon. So that's my little scanner. And see, I've got like H, that's going to be dihydrogen, and then the yellow ones, that's like going to be sodium nitrate, stuff like that. Okay, C+. There is my... oh, and there's more over there. Let's see, how far are these? 546, 166, that's pretty close. 448, 3 something, 511. This one didn't seem too far away. They also updated the boot crunches with the No Man's Sky Next update. So that went a long way to really make me want to spend time in this game, as I have that strange love for crunchy boots. Rugged Warrior asks, don't you wish you could turn in-game currency into real currency? That would be pretty neat. I'm with Miscellaneous D, who says, I sure do. Oh, there's some moving creature. Some of them will be aggressive. Most of them are quite peaceful, as long as you are peaceful toward them. Let's see, they all have green dots, which I think means I've scanned them already. Alright, let's scan again. Where was that? Oh, here we go. Right over here. See, my hazard protection's getting a little bit low. So it behooves me to gather some oxygen, actually, at this... Oh, wait, no, hazard material. That's going to be the sodium that I need for that. Okay. Well, let's zap some stuff. You've got this multi-tool, which serves as both your mining equipment and your combat equipment if you should need it. Now right now, see, I've got red around the screen. That means it's getting really hot, and my protection level's going down quite a bit. So I need some sodium right quick. I think I've got some already. So let me recharge this. Where's my hazard protection? There it is. There we go. So now I'm good. So that red should start going away. Or at least not be quite as severe. Alright, there's some more of that crystal stuff that I want. So I've kind of done a quick scan of the basic area around me. I'm going to see how much money I've gathered so far. I was at like 49 million, is that right? I'm pretty sure that I have not gained 1 million yet. Let's see. Oh no, I'm up in the 50 millions now, but I can't remember how close I was to 50 million. Anyway. Let's see here. Hey, Geek Devotions! Thanks for coming by. I'm just about to wrap up the stream here, but I'm really glad you're able to come by and say hi. Yeah, Truth Seeker, that would, like, I can't even fathom what that economy would be like if you could turn in-game currency to real currency, real-life currency. Maybe in the world of Ready Player One, something like that would be possible. At least as far as the movie's concerned. I haven't read the book. Okay, let me go to another planet, I think. This is... Maybe it's good that I didn't spend a whole hour on this, because it's not like... It's not a... I don't know that it's a super exciting game to stream. I think you can maybe make some good clips from it when you discover a really cool-looking planet or whatever. Oh, I know what I want to do. Let me show you my freighter. If I have time. If I have time. We'll see how far I get. Oh no, I don't want to enter the atmosphere. Come on now. There we go. But this is such a chill game that it's... I mean, I don't get the streamer phenomenon. I don't really watch any streamers myself. I found that's true of a number of content creators, whether they're people who write books, that don't watch, that don't read a lot of, other writers in their own genre. I've heard of podcast creators who don't really listen to podcasts. That's kind of been the case with me. And but anyway, I don't know. Maybe this would make a good streaming game. It would be good. I suppose it would be good for my streams in that it's I think easier to talk while I'm doing something like this that's fairly mindless. Geek Devotion says, I really wanted to play this game when it first came out. Well, you can get it on sale now, and I think that it arguably has a much better chance of keeping you interested if you were to try it now. There's just a whole lot more to do. And what made the big difference for me in this game was them having kind of like auto-generating side quests that you could do. Just little simple things like, hey, go get this object. I want the 250 of this kind of element. Bring it to me and I'll pay you money. Great. I'll go get it. I bring it back. You pay me money. That's enough. I can do that for a while, and then just the promise, the carrot of these various things that I could build. The way I can upgrade my freighter and the way I can collect, I can find. This is where I want to go back to my freighter. You can find crashed starships where the pilot's dead and the ship is up for grabs. And you can choose to leave it there, or you can take it. But if you acquire it, and once you have a freighter, you can have multiple starships, it's all jacked up. It's just massively damaged. And so if it's the only ship you have, you're going to have a hard time repairing it and getting it off of that planet. But if you own a freighter already, you can acquire it, use your already working ship to get off the planet and go back to your freighter, and it will be instantly teleported back to your freighter. And when you get back, so you can have, I think, up to 6 different starships. And so my freighter now is kind of functioning as a bit of a car garage. And I'm not a car person at all. But I think this game is giving me an appreciation for car people. Because I've collected about 3 different broken down, crashed starships. One that's good for, a couple that are good for hauling. One that I just purchased I purchased it actually recently, that's good for fighting, combat, that I'm going to spend time upgrading, but it's already in good shape. I just want to upgrade it some more. But I got these other ships that are just in a horrible shape. And you have to do all this repairing, and so it gives you a reason to go out and collect various minerals and materials and, craft things and stuff so that you can repair these ships, so that you can use them for whatever specialty thing that you think they're going to be, especially suited to, because each ship is a little bit different and has its own strengths and weaknesses, Let's see here. Alright, let's go to my freighter. Oh, man! Geek Devotion says, I've been told that creators shouldn't consume more than they create. Research sure, but keep balance. Yeah, I don't know if that's... You mean more time spent consuming than they spend creating? Yeah, there might be some wisdom in that. I guess it depends on what you call creating. I certainly spend a whole lot more time working than I spend playing. Where's the entrance to my freighter? I lost all sense of direction here. There's no up and down in space. Oof. Okay. So here's the upside of the ship, I think. Let's get oriented here. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go... There's the tractor beam taking over for me. Thank you very much. That's right, Geek Devotions. I am an intergalactic car collector, and I'll show you my collection right now. As far as I know, at this point, you can't change the aesthetic appearance of your ship, but I wonder if that will change. I feel like that's bound to come at some point. Okay, this is someone that just landed on my freighter. I don't own this ship. That's kind of cool. This one, is this the fighter that I bought? Yeah, this is my starship. So this one is more designed for fighting. It's not going to be very good at hauling stuff. Oh no, this is one that I found. Okay, this is one that I found. It's all jacked up. So all these things I have to repair. I found this one crashed. And these are slots that I can't use for storing anything or putting upgraded, features into until I fix, like, this is a hull fracture. So I need 350 chromatic metal just to open up that slot again for use. And the built-in pulse engine, I need to craft a hermetic seal and 1 metal plating in order to fix that. Launch thruster just needs more fuel. The hyperdrive's jacked up. I need 63 chromatic metal. I need 3 microprocessors. And so there's all this stuff I have to craft, or elements that I have to find in order to fuel it and get it back up into tip-top shape. And something that I have discovered I enjoy creatively is taking old things and making them new. I really enjoyed that when working on the Spirit Blade audio drama trilogy, taking some of these hymns that are recognized or some that are more obscure, that have these beautiful truths, beautiful lyrics. That's one of the reasons I initially was interested in doing the Pilgrim's Progress project. Taking these older things, making them new, making them useful again, And so I suppose it's no wonder that, I find these junky starships and I look at that mess. That's a horrible mess. But I look at that and I see, like, potential and quests that I can give myself to go on. Oh, this needs 5 technology modules and 300 chromatic metal. I can do that, And so that's an evening of, dinking around, on this, in this game, collecting stuff. And so, definitely feel like I have a little bit more of appreciation for people who create, who restore vehicles and stuff like that, or restore any other kinds of things. But, all right, well, we're a couple minutes past the 9 o'clock hour, and so I'm going to end the stream at this point. But thank you so much, all of you guys, for coming by. Hey, Celeste M., thank you so much for coming by. Sorry I didn't notice you there at first. But anyway, really appreciate. I always feel so warmed and welcomed onto the wild, woolly, and sometimes scary world that is the internet by those of you that come to my streams and make me feel at home in your homes or wherever it is that you're watching me. So thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate that. Hope you guys have an awesome Labor Day weekend, and that it's restful, and that you see evidence of God loving you and making movement in your lives this weekend. That's it, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Pater Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. For my 5th consecutive year, I'm participating in Extra Life, a charity event that raises funds to provide medical care for children in urgent need. I'm also leading the Christian Geek Central Extra Life team, which you're still welcome to join by following the link in the description below. Once again this year, I'm drawing attention to our team's fundraising by performing a 24-hour marathon of video gaming that I will live stream to youtube.com/Christian Geek Central and christiangeekcentral.com beginning 6 a.m. Pacific Time on Saturday, November 3rd. My goal is to raise $200 for my children's hospital. Our total team goal is to raise $700. You can donate on my page or any team members' pages by following the links below. You'll also find some incentives and rewards for donating to some of our team members. On my page, for example, for $5 or more, you can choose a topic to add to my +2 page of many topics subjects that I'll be blabbing my opinions on during my live stream. For $10 or more, you get that previous reward and a download code for a free copy of the Spirit Blade Legacy Edition audio drama. For $20 or more, you get the previous rewards, and you can choose a game for me to play during my November 3rd live stream. You can pick a favorite of yours that's in my library, or torture me with something terrible or rage-inducingly difficult. For $30 or more, you get the previous rewards, and you can choose a song for me to sing during my November 3rd live stream. Pick an old favorite of yours, or just make me humiliate and torture myself with something that nobody wants to hear. For $50 or more, you get all those previous rewards, and you get a download code for every MP3 product at spiritblade.com. That's a $90 value. Now, on top of all that, I've set fundraising milestones that will unlock crazy events as I reach them in my personal fundraising. When I reach $200, I will have a free download day for everyone who visits spiritblade.com on November 7th this year. And every $50 beyond $200 unlocks more free audio dramas for that free download day. Along with free audio dramas, reaching milestones in my personal fundraising will unlock weird stunts that I will pull during my November 3rd live stream, like turning into a monster, reenacting a moment from a favorite horror movie, or playing intensely embarrassing home videos from my past. Now, there are some stipulations and time limits on those rewards and milestones, so quickly follow the link below to my fundraising page for all of the details. I hope you'll be a part of helping me and the Christian Geek Central team do some good for some kids who really need it. And then please join me at youtube.com/ChristianGeekCentral for my 24-hour video gaming marathon starting at 6 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, November 3rd. Hope to see you then.